And we're live.
All right, now we're live.
Yeah, there you go.
So welcome
All
everybody.
right. Yeah, well, I don't remember how this pulls everybody yet, but I don't see anyone yet.
No, it'll probably be like a little bit.
I sent this to a Discord that I'm in, Playmo Labs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see. They're saying that they don't see it in my. Oh no, it's there.
No, we got
There
a
you
couple of
go.
viewers. I just got a notification on my Facebook feed and all that.
There you go. Yeah, I see it.
Oh, we got one like.
John O. Oh, look, it's Chris. It's been a while. How you doing,
Chris
folks?
Pabs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, we got Rick. Oh man, the crew's back together.
I know, right?
It's been, man, we haven't streamed since.
That was like 5 months ago.
Yeah, like that's probably like last November. No, more than that. I don't think we've streamed in the new year at all.
No, yeah, we haven't since I was preparing to go on deployment and all that.
That is true. Yep. What's up, everybody? I guess while we let everybody start flooding in, we can kind of start doing our little introductions. So as you guys already know, it's French Bread Builds, aka Jerry, aka FBB Builds. I'm sorry, I don't use Twitter that often, so sometimes I gotta be reminded about what my Twitter account is. But yeah, there it is, right on the screen. FB Builds. You guys know me by this point. I start a lot of projects that I never finish, and I'm always buying things that I shouldn't.
You're Mobile Suit Black Man, right?
No, I'm the
Oh, sorry about that.
He's the other one. He's the other one.
My bad.
I'm also in that show.
Oh, you are actually?
Yes, I'm also in that show.
I should try to get in somehow. Feels exclusive right now.
Sorry, you don't qualify.
No.
Nope. Not in 2021.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now you introduce yourself, Ryan.
All right. So you introduced me. I am Ryan, the artist for RB Gunpla Works. You can find me on Bookface, Instagram, Twitter, and Google. You can probably just search it and you find something of mine. Easy as that.
I also have a Facebook page that I haven't logged into since the day I created it. So it's I hope it's doing well, and I hope to see it again in the future. But as of right now, I haven't touched it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's depending on what platform you use, you kind of stick with it, because I rarely do Instagram on occasion, but you seem to have more success with that. So
absolutely, and it's honestly it's like the easiest thing to do. This is gonna sound bad, but I might start up a TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
TikTok, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy. At least I feel I don't have one yet, so I might just be pulling this out of my ass. But it seems like it would be easy to make content for there.
I mean, isn't that just limited to like short clips and stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry, that's my dog breathing really loudly.
That's all right. Yeah. My cat hasn't started screaming yet.
But yeah, it has been a while since we've streamed last. Jerry TikTok dance with his build. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be that kind of TikTok. I guess I could also do an OnlyFans as well. I'm sure people would love. I'm sure people would love to pay to see me build.
Well, I mean, Rob Goot, he wants OnlyFans, so
that's true. All my subscribers will get one free primer pick. You know,
Primer pick.
yeah. You know, like I'm gonna snap build something, and I'm gonna cover it in primer, and that's it. That's what I do. A primer pick. No
I
nudes.
mean, only thing I would probably end up doing is like selling used thinner and just like giving it to people.
There you go. Selling them used Mr. Color jars.
Yeah, so like that will I'll have my essence inside of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your essence. All right, so let's what are you working on? What's on your bench right now?
So it was kind of hard to choose what to build first. I mean, I'm a little late to the game for finding my first build of 2021.
That's true.
But I'm actually gonna, it's not really a build, but I'm actually painting a
Vibrator?
No. It's a Char's command horn, right?
Yeah, command horn.
But so it was like one of the first things that I found since moving to Japan in a secondhand store. It was like 1,000 yen for this used massager.
Used.
Yes. I can assure you that like the box was fine. I mean, it looked brand new on the inside, so let's just say it was secondhand from someone's backlog.
That's all I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that.
I mean, it should be a quick, fun build. I mean, I had to take it apart because it was like glued together with super glue, and right now I'm just in the process of filling in the seam lines and all that.
Oh, so it comes with a hand.
I like pick my nose or something. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Or I can like just kind of scratch my forehead.
Oh, so it's like you got like a phantom hand situation going.
Yeah, but like the whole thing, it's supposed to just rest inside of here.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just a display piece.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Sorry, my dog is being annoying. But yeah, so is that hold on 1 second, guys.
Guess he wants to be part of the show. I mean, James, it could be glue. You say sure, but you won't know what's on this end.
Sorry, I had to let my dog out, but I'm probably gonna have to get him.
You're good.
But what do you have? Is that the only thing you're working on? Is that the only thing that you have your sights on right now?
Actually, in the process of painting my RX-78 Foo bust.
Ooh.
So I ended up getting one from Mandarake, a little bit more than I wanted to, but I can't fly over to Yokohama right now, so
Got to get it shipped out to you.
yeah. So it was a decent price for one, but I figured that'd be nice. First build of the year as well.
There you go. I'm trying to think what I built a couple of things this year. Or maybe not a couple. I built you know, that well, first of all, I don't want to cut you off. Right? Is that all you got so far?
I think for the most part, I'm still on vacation, so I might do a quick like 2-day paint job on this F90.
Nice. How you liking that kit?
Actually, it's a very solid kit. No stickers required because everything's all color separated by individual pieces of plastic.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it's a solid small kit. But I figured I might as well get that painted up because I actually ended up owning all of the expansions so far that has been released, the A to Z.
I've got I have a few of them. I don't have all of them though, just because one, I couldn't use you to get them because you were away.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Two, not all of them have released stateside. So I'm not 100% sure if that's ever going to happen over here. And there's the penis rocket one that
Oh,
I don't think
I got that one.
I mean, I would get it for shits and giggles, but yeah, but I'm saving that project for a rainy day because I do like the design. I like it a lot better than the F91. The F91. There you go.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of like the F92, but and I don't mean F92, but I mean the F90 Roman numeral 2.
Oh, the purple one.
Yeah. I like that one, but I like this one better.
Yeah.
Hold on. And now I have to let my dog in.
No worries, man.
Keep entertaining the crowd for me.
So for Neo Ryoshi, it feels great back to be in Japan, the motherland. And for colors for the RX Best, I'm actually just going to stick with the normal Canon colors. Like you said, just give it a little bit more color separation than what's out of the box. And James, I don't know if I can do a kit bash with the command horn. I might have to need your help for that one. So I need you to fly over to Japan. Oh, man. I don't think I can arm it with the rocket booster, Lucas. It'll be actually a funny sight, but I'll probably need like a pair of masquerade balls to go with that. So it'll probably be appropriate phallic shape.
I just came in on masquerade balls.
I mean, that's the perfect time to jump in.
There you go. But as for myself, I've been working on a few things here. I posted a picture on my Instagram about the my workspace transformation.
Yeah, I saw that. It's really nice.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. One of the things that I was running into with my last workstation was that it was great for what it was, but I started gaining a lot more paint than I had places to put them.
Oh yeah, I know that struggle well.
Yeah. So I had to, and I really do. I do like the Artie Station. I like their setup. So I decided to kind of go my own route, and I just bought like different modules here and there, so that I could, so that I could, essentially do it how I needed it and have my thing grow the way my tools and everything would grow. So now I'm feeling pretty good. I know I'm gonna run out of space for paint again pretty soon. I've probably got maybe not. I think I have some space to grow a little bit, but it's coming together. I also got to figure out what to do with these paints over here.
Oh, the Anchoret paints.
Yeah. So I now have 29.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and I did that on purpose. One, because that perpetual resin kit that I'm working on, the full armor Gundam.
Yeah.
One of the things that have like literally driven me crazy about it is that I can't. I'm not gonna stop buying paint. Never. But one of the things that drove me crazy about it was my blues were like mixed with like 8 different colors, and
okay.
It just it's such a pain in the ass, and like I'm like weird because I have like these specific visions, I'm like I'm always sending you like, hey, what color is this? What color is that? Like
yeah.
I have like specific vision for paint and for colors, especially when it comes to blues. And I just end up essentially, screwing myself over because I almost never make the paint the same way twice, even when I follow my formula to the best way I can. So it's like I never want to do that again, And one of the things that I like about the Anchoret line is that they every time they release a kit, and I'm assuming what's his name, YJL Ujaland.
Yeah, YGL should be for short.
Yeah, so I really like his paint style, where there is a main color, a darker derivative of that color, and maybe like a third, other color. Like I like those accents, and I was like, okay, well, like for instance, let's see if I can find them. Like for instance, we got these. Like, there's actually two more. They're like some darker greens here, and these are like
Oh,
the
okay.
Xeon, Zaku greens. And I'm like thinking about the Ealing Kshatriya that I have in my backlog, and I'm like, all right, well, now I don't have to worry about mixing paint. I got a light color, I got a darker one, and then it's just not even. It's less of a headache. I want to step away from mixing, but to Chris's point, they use so much thinner. It's like, I mean, and Jono's going to come here and tell you that, oh well, you shouldn't thin a whole bottle of paint at once, but they use a lot of thinner. It's thin 1 to 3.
That's actually pretty good amount.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, when you're not, when you're working on, when you're working with two bottles of Mr. Leveling thinner. So
Yeah.
so I'm like experimenting now. Like, I went and I got this.
You probably have to switch over to Gaia because they got 1 liter bottles.
I ended up going with there's this, and then I've got a bottle of like retarder, and it's supposed to be like 9 parts this thinner and 1 part of the retarder that I have somewhere.
Yeah.
So like I can get a little bit more cost effective, but I also have this that I'm trying to work into it a little bit.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but
You
that lacquer store, I mean, the hardware store lacquer thinner is kind of a little bit more potent than the hobby grade.
It is. So, but like, if I can like cut the thinner, like talking in like drug terms, if I can like cut the thinner a little bit, then I can like, maybe I will use maybe like only like 50% of that, and then I can
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna have to practice a lot, because I did thin one paint all the way with that, and it was I had some challenges because I couldn't get it to lay as smooth as I wanted to.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's just like just a result of the fact that this is like industrial grade, automotive thinner. So I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit more, but I still have my Mr. Leveling thinner to fall back on in this moto stuff. But
let me know if you need some thinner. I can bulk ship you some.
I do. I'm gonna need some thinner. I'm gonna need some of that Gaia enamel quick dry stuff.
Ooh, that stuff is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm also gonna need more enamels, because I'm not trying to. I got a bone to pick with you, because
Why?
Because sometimes you'll know what I'm doing and you'll let me struggle instead of saying, "Why don't you just do this?" And I'm saying that because to paint all those little sensors and things like that, I've been using Mr. Color, like fluorescent green or fluorescent whatever. And like that shit takes like 18 layers to even show up, right?
Yep, you gotta do light layers and don't let it pull and all that stuff.
It's terrible. And I'm almost only going to use it on very, very, very small sections of plastic or resin. And I could just be using an enamel. I could just do
Yeah,
that.
that's you.
I could just be using an enamel and just reverse washing it.
Yeah.
But instead you're like, oh yeah, just don't worry. You're gonna have to use a couple layers of that.
I mean, to be fair, I did the same thing myself, or use like Mr. Color fluorescent paints for like the detail stuff. But I mean, I have transition over enamels because you can just like while their surface is still glossy, you can just do a quick hand paint job
Yeah.
with the enamel and then call it a day because it's already thick.
Yeah, exactly. And just clean up the edges. You know, it's. But anyway, I'm gonna need to put an order in for some enamel paint, as much
No
as
worries.
I can get. But as far as that, you know, I've got, you know, I got my paint collection growing. I'm still working on my full armor Gundam, which is
Somewhere around there. I mean, I don't want everybody to suffer, Aaron, but I have to let some people struggle in order for them to learn.
Yeah,
just like Jerry.
You're the reason why that people use Gundam markers and they start off with freaking Vallejo acrylics. And they struggle and then they give up on painting. But
yeah.
Right, if you guys don't know, I especially when I first started, I don't even remember when we started you know, like contacting more regularly. I remember buying a Wing Gundam from you.
It was on a grinder, so.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yes,
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. But
it does.
One of the I would always run stuff by you, and you would just be like, oh yeah, that's fine, that's cool, yeah, just do it, yeah, yeah. You know, like never ever did it, knowing that there was a better, more efficient way. You're just like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, just do that, right? Like, I'm just really glad that I didn't dump a lot of money into acrylics, and like I
do that.
Yeah, and I transitioned to the lacquers, and I'm like, this is so much better. And you're like, yeah, I knew that all along. Dude, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I don't want to come off as like strong or anything like that because some people
should. We need more people.
But no,
that.
I'm saying people don't like people like I guess constructive criticism in a way, but
That's
some people don't be like overbearing, don't want to like step their boundaries, like that type of thing.
That's true, but I think that and I guess there's a way to approach everything, but I think that there needs to be more of that, like, you know, that real kind of information out there. And like, you can ask anybody that just start, you know, there's this like unofficial like progression when it comes to this stuff, right? Like you start with your Sharpies and your Gundam markers. And I'm like, I will never forget when, before Hobby Wave was closing down, they had everything on sale. Like they had a fantastic sale, and I bought a shit ton of Gundam markers thinking, all right, I made it. I'm like, this is it. I'm an official hobbyist now.
Nope.
Chris is saying some truth right there. But you know, I went. There's this weird made up like progression of how you're supposed to start, and I don't understand. And honestly, I think, you know, where I think a lot of the misinformation comes from. It's Reddit. Reddit has a lot of that misinformation. But anyway, you know, you've got this weird progression of stuff. You start with your Sharpies and your Gundam markers, right? And then, you know, then you realize, oh, pore type markers. Oh yeah, those are great. So you start using those expensive ass pore type markers. And sometimes they break the plastic, sometimes they don't, because nobody's telling you, even when you're using the pore type markers, that you should be at least gloss coating before you do it, right? But no, you know, whenever you see a review online with the pore type marker, they're just literally doing it on straight plastic.
Yeah, and then it'll just crack and degrade and all that type of stuff.
Exactly. And then so once you decide, all right, well, now it's time to start airbrushing, right? And for whatever reason, everyone's like, all right, it's time to start we got to use acrylics, right? And not even like Tamiya acrylics, which are a fantastic paint. I don't use them much anymore.
Yeah, they're good
because I have you know, Mr. Color stuff, but it's the Vallejo. It's I remember especially when I first started doing this, the Mecha Color line started coming out, and it was supposed to be so much more durable, and it's supposed to be so much smoother, and it's Gundam themed stuff or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, great. My local hobby shop has these, so I'm gonna grab some. I didn't grab a lot, but I grabbed some. And I was working on that GM3 Novell, and that, like, I thought there was something wrong with what I was doing, because I was like, this is not what like your painted builds look like, right? Like,
I mean,
I'm like,
you got like paint chips, right?
yeah, right. Like, I'm like, wait, how am I supposed to mask this when every time I put tape down, it pulls up 14 layers of paint? And it's like, I'm like, that's stupid. Like, I almost quit painting, and then I found some Tamiya stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's different about this paint than the other paint. And like, Tamiya painted fantastically. And then
Yeah,
at that
they
point,
do.
I made, I forget, maybe you sent me some paints at that point or whatever, and I was like, yo, Mr. Color's the shit. It's fantastic. And that's just when I started. That's just when I completely transitioned out of those I don't want to say, like, crappy, tactics or whatever, but it's there's no need to kind of baby step through that, because you're not really accomplishing anything, right? Like, you can paint, you can practice painting with a lacquer paint the same way you can practice painting with an acrylic. It's
I mean, you
laying
can,
down
but
paint.
the biggest stigma is the fumes and having to wear a respirator too, and
Is
having like a paint booth and all that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even you can't use those Vallejo paints without thinning the ever loving shit out of them anyway, right? I was still feeling lightheaded when I was pouring the Mr. Flow Improver, or Mr. Flow Improver, the airbrush flow improver, because
Yep.
you couldn't paint without it. I never got any Vallejo paint to spray with just the thinner. It would just come out real clumpy and it would dry. So you almost had to use a ton of that stuff anyway, and that's a solvent. So
It is.
it's don't get me wrong. They have their place in especially in like in like Warhammer and hand painting or whatever. Like, they have their place, but I can't even shout out to Playmo Labs, but I can't even talk about, like, how many times we've had this conversation about how people almost quit because of the trouble that
They
those
have,
paints
yeah.
would give them. And it's like, it's not indicative of the real painting experience. So I don't know how we got all got on that, but I'm still on my thing. This is my last update on my full armor Gundam. I've painted it. You can't really tell that there are like 4 subtle different blues because of every time I
can
mixed
only
it. But
tell of 2 blues, but
that's good.
it's not terrible.
That's good. It's supposed to only be 2 blues, but it's been an ordeal. But I've got the legs on the clips right now that I'm going to start priming them and prepping that. But
Because you ended up getting that from Brandon, right?
yes, I did.
From
Yes, I did.
Gunpla Hermit Shops.
Yep, Gunpla Hermit Shop. Shout out to them. I do a lot of buying from China myself, but Brandon over at Gunpla Hermit Shop will literally do the same thing for you, so you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to learn how to surf Taobao, because that is not easy. And it's not even possible to make a Taobao account anymore. Or from the States at least. I don't remember how I did it, but I have an account. But I know multiple people that have tried, and they just don't have access to it, or they can't verify with their phone number or something like that.
I mean, it's just easier using a Taobao agent or forwarding service.
It is, but you still have to search Taobao to find the products that you want. And if you don't have an account, you can't progress past like a certain point.
First couple pages, yeah,
exactly. So it's like super my light keeps turning off. It's not user friendly. But other than that, the other thing that I've been working on is this motherfucker right here. Sorry for the language, guys. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's the mechanical RZ, right?
Yeah, it's already falling apart. Let me just turn this over here. It's there you go. I'm gonna
That thing's
say
a beast.
it is. I'm not done yet. This was just like a kind of test fit so that I know what I have to hack away or what I have to glue together before I start painting stuff. I'll tell you what, this kit is. I understand it. I understand why it gets the stigma that it gets. One, it's pretty shitty quality. The plastic is it's like dealing with a recast resin. It's not very good. It's not going to take much to resurface it and everything like that, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it builds just like any other third party kits. If there's something that it reminds me of the Go-Go Camphor, which was look really cool.
Oh yeah, I built that one before.
Yeah. So have I, and it looks really cool, but it's a really shitty kit. You know how with some resin you especially at like corners it like thins out sometimes and you can like see through it, or if there's like
yeah, I've seen a couple of those parts. Yeah.
Go-Go Camphor was like that but in plastic. So this doesn't suffer from anything that bad, but it's gonna need glue. But once it's glued together and painted, it's gonna be pretty solid. So at some point when I'm finished with the full armor Gundam, at least the legs, I'm gonna start tearing this thing down so I can start prepping it for paint.
Yeah, this would be actually nice to see because I barely see builds of that one. The last one that comes to mind was Pete Billingham. He was over in the UK who did the Mechanical RZ.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah,
but
it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe more. I don't remember.
I've got an album of like completed builds that I could find on like Google and Pinterest and like on like the secondhand section on Taobao. Just for reference. But I plan on painting this one up completely with the Anchor T paint, so or Anchoret or whatever the hell they're actually called.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. About it. I think it looks really cool, and this actually makes me want to build the Penelope even more.
Oh, did you end up getting? Yeah, you did end up getting that one too, huh?
Yes, I have all of them except for the XS, not the XS. Sorry, the Deep Striker ones, Tief Sturmer or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
And I refuse to get those because it doesn't have legs, and I don't build things that don't have arms and legs. That's just the thing. I'm gonna get the XS one if it ever comes out, but yeah, I don't build things that don't have arms and legs.
You got like the Zeong. It could have legs.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can, especially with Ziegler, you can build it without the legs, but I'm not going to do that. I have no idea what my plans are for that kit specifically. Like I just upgraded my setup, but I still don't think I have enough room to build that.
You need like a separate house to build it.
I do, and that's just gonna have to be when we move in like maybe like another 3 or 4 years. I'm not ready for that yet.
No, not at all.
Or maybe I can do something in my garage or something. All right. I don't have. I think that's all I've been working on. I did build the what's that kit that everyone's talking about now? Judge. I did build that. Yeah. It's in my garage now because I don't plan on painting it anytime soon. But that's a pretty cool kit. It is a pretty cool kit.
That's what I keep hearing because it has a lot of hype behind it.
Yeah. Thin plastic. And something with that many sharp, thin edges shouldn't have plastic that weak. But I think because they were looking for that matte kind of finish, whatever that does weakens the plastic. So, but overall, pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I still have yet to build mine, but I was keeping the box for now.
Yeah, it's a good kit. It's such a shame that they're following it up with a metal build figure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was a great design.
yeah. I don't understand. I don't know what that. Maybe they're just trying to get some heat off of them before they release another
Maybe.
Gundam style thing. So all right. So that's I didn't mean to make my my work in progress so long winded.
Now
But
you're good. You got a whole lot on your bench.
yeah, I do, and I haven't talked about any of this in a while. So, all right. So, what have you? What is something that you've gotten lately, as far as a
All
kit
right,
or supplies or whatever goes?
you gotta give me like 10 seconds for me to grab it.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, comments are lively today. How you doing, people? Get arms and legs decals. Speaking of decals, I have to get decals for the. I was just telling them about my the decal journey I'm going on to get decals to get Cassis style decals for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I found the person. I found the person that does the decals for the G system kits, and they at first they didn't want to give me the designs, but then they eventually they gave me the designs, and I bought some 172 scale decals just to for
To appease them.
yeah, just to appease them. And then now I took the design, I sent them to someone that in the States that makes decals, and now they're redrawing it, and they're going to print me decals in 1/100 scale so that I
That's
can
awesome.
do it. And it's very expensive. It's like I don't even I don't even want to talk about it. But
I mean, if I can help cover the cost, I mean, I'll probably need some decals anyways.
well, yeah, no, I mean, if I were that, it would if I got them from the original source, that would have been fine. But because I was under the impression that they weren't going to do them for me anymore, I had to go to someone in the States, and it cost. I'm not getting nearly as much as if I got it from the source. I'll put it that way. So, but if you want to spend $40 on a sheet, that's 8 by
Oof, man.
13. There'll probably be about like 8 sets of it on that sheet. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. But anyway, show me what you got.
All right, so I'm not gonna piss off little A with this one, but I have to do it.
Ooh, is that kit even in print anymore?
So it's gonna piss off a lot of people, but it's actually been showing up at Gundam Base only. You can get it for retail.
I'm gonna shoot you a message after this. I've got some stuff that I need.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
I mean, I was actually kind of surprised. Well, I saw it on Twitter first that they had it in stock, and by the time I was able to go, a couple weeks later, Gundam Base still had it in stock. They had they'll put 2 out at a time, in order for people like me to not like grab 5 at one time.
Buy a bunch.
Yeah.
How much is box price on that?
It's 11,000 yen.
It's not too bad.
No, I mean, but shipping it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it is. That's that's probably like a PGR 78 size box.
No, it's bigger.
Bigger?
It's
Holy shit.
I would say it's not as it's slightly thin, but it's probably about a unicorn size box.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like it's crazy that to see people trying to sell them for like upwards $250-$300, not even including shipping.
That's man, I
know.
have too many words for that. Too many words for that. Um, but yeah, wow, that's awesome. And I may need one. Just letting you know, I may need one.
I plan on going to this Saturday, so
Okay. All right. Or I could also end up putting some MG Dom legs on the RG Zeong.
I
Get a
some
perfect
people
Zeong
do.
that way.
Some people did that with the real great Suzabi legs too, and it actually worked pretty well.
Oh, you know what? That would probably match up a little bit better, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah. Interesting. I still might need one of those though. For $110, can't beat that.
I mean, it was too good to pass up, so
Absolutely.
I had to grab one for myself.
Absolutely. What else? Is that all you've gotten in the past 6 months?
I will say this one's actually pretty good. Whatever. So I haven't tried one of these yet, but the Mechatro Wego.
I've been seeing those pop up a lot online.
So I've seen a good couple of builds that people have done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But since this one's Ava themed, it was actually pretty good to grab.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, well, sadly, they didn't have the Unit 1, so I'll have to stick with the Unit 2 for this one.
Ooh.
But it comes with a resin figure.
Oh, really? It's resin. Is that made by? Who's that made by again?
Hasagawa.
Okay.
But I mean, the figure is resin, but it's still a plastic model kit.
Yeah.
But I figured that it'd be like a fun side thing to do.
Yeah.
Comes with water decals.
Oh,
huge, by the way.
That's fantastic.
But other than that, like, it should be a quick, fun build. Just something different.
Very nice. Very nice.
A little bit of ASMR with the crinkly plastic.
Ooh. Subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yep. But I mean, I post all the time what I get. Usually it's for other people, but I mean, I got the Mark V, the high grade Pale Rider Cavalry.
Ooh, I can't wait for the Mark V. I pre-ordered it stateside, but maybe I'll get one early. Wink, wink.
Nah, I don't think so.
Never mind. But I did pre-order that. I'm very excited about that one.
I mean, I saw it in person at Gundam Base, and it's a huge kit, but the biggest plus about it is that all the white markings are individual plastic pieces. So
that's fantastic.
So like, no stickers.
That's fantastic. I saw it. I don't know if it's displayed like this at Gundam Base, but I think I saw it standing next to the XS, and I was like, all right, well, now I need one of those now too.
Yeah.
The only thing is that I've got like resin plans for the XS, and it's gonna make the Mark V look really plain, but that's okay. We'll figure something out.
I mean, the Mark V it's kind of curvy, so it kind of doesn't need the extra detail. I'm sure it does, but
I might just keep XS. XS looks pretty cool, but I decided like last week that I wanted one finally, and they're sold out everywhere. So I think there's a recent reprint though.
The 1.5.
Yeah, the 1.5. They're like literally sold out in every U.S. shop.
I mean, like every U.S. shop is sold out everything right now.
Pretty much. And I was not gonna go. I'm not gonna go on eBay. That's where people are asking at 200 and 250, not 200. Yeah, no, they were asking upwards of like $250. I saw $300.
It's about $100 for the kit, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
But we know about scalpers, so I haven't actually. You know what? I did get a new kit recently. Give me a second.
No worries. What's up, Jeff? How are you? We are the King Nerds.
So I did. I picked this thing up.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, the Magic Toys Hazel, and you said yours didn't come with this, right?
I will let you know because it shipped the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I picked up the Magic Toys Hazel, and you know, sorry, because I told you when I found it.
Yep.
This is clearly like dead stock. These were found in a warehouse somewhere. You can see the age of this box.
Yeah.
And I love AOZ. I love Hazel, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pick it up. It was like what, $60 before shipping.
It
So
was reasonably priced for what it was.
yeah,
That's all I can
exactly,
remember.
exactly. And if it popped up stateside, people would want to probably charge like $200-$300 for it. So
Maybe not that far,
maybe
but
not. Maybe you're right. Maybe not that much, but
I mean,
much more than it's worth.
that's true.
And the rest of what I've been getting is just resin kits. Actually, the most two recent ones that I got are.
Man, this guy's a professional. I think I have that desk at work. It looks familiar, but he probably can't hear me. Thank you, Jeff. It was actually great to do this again, and also great to hang out with you guys in the community. So that way we can just BS and chill.
That's what we're here for: BSing and chill. I actually got more than 2 resin kits, but I'll do like real quick.
You're turning like me.
Yeah, I am. I finally got the Amazing Cast GPO1 and the full burn-in add-on. I'm probably gonna get another one so that I can get the full armor one too. But Lord knows I'm never gonna paint that.
Like Amazing. Yeah, but you actually been liking the Amazing Cast stuff recently.
I do, just because I feel like they're really good, like beginner resin kits, and they are, don't get me wrong, they do have a lot of parts and they've got a decent amount of detail, but like they're also not like the best quality resin kit. So you have to, you have to prep, you have to, fix the surfaces, you got to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, and for what they are, usually about $100 for the base kit, and maybe another 30 or 40 for whatever add-on it is. That's pretty good for a all-inclusive kit. It's got its own little inner frame, and like I've got the here's like the leg frame for the full armor Gundam right now. I've got the resin strip because I'm getting ready to paint that. But for what it is, that's pretty awesome. And I feel like they're a good starter resin kit for people, and they're pretty forgiving in my opinion. If you make a mistake on one surface, there's a lot of detail that all that stuff gets lost in. So that's not bad. But so yeah, I have that, and I'm gonna get the GP 00 Blossom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably placing my order for that this weekend at some point.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. And who knows when I'm ever gonna get to it. Another thing that I got recently. No, it won't. And especially with their cast quality, I would rather get it sooner than later. I'll put it that way. Another one that I got was a brand new one, and I don't see many people talking about it, but like I also don't see people surfing Taobao every day. But I got the 51 new Gundam.
Oh, that's the thick version, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Aaron has that too.
Oh, does he? Am I the one that told him about it? No, probably not.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I have I was really, really, really excited about this one. I have been looking for something to do with my new Gundam forever, and I just didn't. I didn't. The original design is fine, but I saw this and I was like, okay, this is it. And the cast is. I don't know if I can find a big enough piece to show you. The cast is fantastic. Probably one of the best that I've seen. Period. Let's see if I can. You guys probably can't see it from my front-facing camera, but it's like, man, it's hard to see. But it's like,
actually,
it's really, really clean. Yeah. Like everything is well pronounced. Oh man, I'm about to pass out from this resin smoke. But it's presentation is nice. You got your photo etch for the big ass shield.
Dang, that's
Nice
crazy.
decals. Yeah, it's good. It's good presentation. Yeah, I think I like it more than the Infinite Dimensions one, and I'm glad that I didn't buy that and I got this instead. And this
It's
was
for
cheaper.
the Masquerade Verka
Yep,
new, right?
yep. Yes, it is. What else did I get? I got the.
You
I'm
got
not gonna.
that Zeta one, right?
Yes, I do.
That
Another
uses
fan.
the GM Sniper 2
The
frame.
GM Sniper 2 frame. Yeah, another fantastic cast. Hold on, let me grab that real quick.
Man.
Another, for whatever reason, like that's one of those kits that nobody is talking about. I know when I got mine, I told Kensuke about it, and he
Yeah.
ended up grabbing one too. But it is that's the art for the thing. But I have never seen, and I'm like a really 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 big fan of Zeta. I've never seen it look so good.
I mean, it's tall but slim.
Mm-hmm. And also a good cast. Let me see if I can. There's definitely going to be some stuff that you might have to rescribe a little bit, but it's. Let's see if I can. I hate pulling this shit out because it's all stapled together. It's got like. It's hard to see. It's got like design hints that are like reminiscent of like the YJL.
Oh yeah.
Hakushiki. Let's see. Yeah, it's good. Oh, here's a big piece for
Oh, the shield.
and the hyper mega bazooka launcher
Geez.
thing. Yeah.
Was there any warping on the launcher?
No, none that I can see at least. It's straight. The details are there. It's crisp. Whenever you see that orange resin, at least from my experience, whenever I see that orange resin, it's usually pretty good. There you go. Maybe you can see a little bit.
You got some ASMR action right now.
There you go. Yeah. The only one thing is that there's some really unfortunate nut placement on some like corners and shit. So I know.
I hate that because you have to be careful not breaking that piece off.
Yep. Well, I already have one that I'm gonna have to repair. But there's actually you guys can't see it, but this is it's good. It's good. It's not as good as the 51 New Gundam, but it's definitely really good. It's up there. And then on top of that, I got the Fortune Meow Double Zeta, and I got I got the SMS Camphor.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. It's been a long, like 6 months, man.
I mean, yeah. You reminded me of me, so.
I've like an obsessive personality. So when I like something, I buy a shit ton of it, and that's I went from like I don't really like Mechanicore to having all the Mechanicore.
So, I know you had the entire lineup, which is insane.
Yeah. Well, don't you do too? What are you talking about? You
hey, man,
you have the Teef servers.
I'm just trying to spin this on you, actually.
I'm just saying, I get it from somewhere.
I mean, I'll blame Chris Pabs.
That's true. I scroll through his Instagram and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see myself having this on my shelf for years.
That's right? He's doing a high new recently. I forgot which studio.
It's I believe it's the YJL one.
Oh man, he's just a YJL whore.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with the fact that they're doing Force Impulse. I'm like, I don't think anybody was asking for that, but
there's like one C fan out there that enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's just weird that like they were releasing or at least as YJL they were releasing a whole bunch of UC kits, and then boom, 4 symbols. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's okay.
It looks great, but the only thing that I fear that it's like very back heavy.
Absolutely, at 100%. And you saw that other one that they released with they're releasing with that spiky shield.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think I heard someone say that YJL may be releasing that heavy weapon system. If they do, that would be the only reason why I go over that versus the Silver Oaks one with the massive hyper mega cannon thing.
Oh, for the Hainu.
Yeah, unless or if I can find the 51 Hainu with the heavy weapon system.
I got that.
Yeah, but you won't give it to me, so
there. No, I won't give it to you.
Find me one.
No, it's too nice.
So it is. It's really nice. It is really, 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 really nice. Opinion seeds. Okay, so I don't really know much about lore, but I do like seed designs. I do. They don't always scream out to me, hey, like I want to build me, but I do like the seed designs. I do. I like the Strike Gundam and all of his, different armaments and everything like that. And I'll tell you what, I'll take a Strike with options over a Strike Freedom any day, or a Freedom Gundam any day as well. And Seed actually has a lot of really cool designs too, like Calamity, probably one of my favorite seed designs, just because it's big and chunky.
Yeah, but, they just got so many designs that are kind of almost out there, but still look good.
Yeah, and everything is like based on something else, so it's like, like if they get it right on the first one, you know what I mean? Like you got Dual Gundam and then 4 other Dual Gundams, but I do like the Seed designs. I don't like Seed as much as I like UC. But I like Seed, and this might get some hate, but I like Seed more than I like Wing.
My heart.
The designs, yeah. Maybe it's just because of how the Wing kits show up in the world, but they're too small. They're like there's generally not enough going on. I would say that I do love the heavy arms, just because it can get so much bigger with everything that you put on it. But
that's true, like the eagle and all that.
Yeah, but Wing is just okay to me. I might put Wing over 00. Maybe. I really do like. I like Avalanche Axia is fantastic. 00 XN Riser is fantastic. Quanta's okay. Not my favorite, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you guys talked about the slew of Stickler Studio kits releasing soon? Yes. Yeah. I would say I would say that Stickler Studios probably they probably got a more stacked release schedule than SH does for recasts.
Yeah, but Stickler Studios do have like great originals, because the Rose and Zulu that they used for the Sinanji frame.
Yep, really nice. And then they did have, I feel like Chris has built like all of them, but they had that moonboard that looks fantastic as well.
Oh yeah.
I hear that cast has some issues though.
I think it's a solid kit, so.
Okay. Yeah, they have a ton of stuff. I've been scrolling through that site in Ask.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, got it pulled up right now.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what though, the problem with that Yagadoga is that it uses a Sazabi frame, right?
Yeah, it's a really expensive base.
That is a really expensive base, and the arms kind of look weird to me. That's my only hang up, and maybe like how the back of the head sits.
Yeah, I mean, with the placement of it, of the head, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of weird.
Looks like they're trying to force for and I thought that they could probably play into the sculpt of the Sazabi a little bit more, but
Yeah, it almost looks out of place in a way.
yeah, I agree. Hey, listen, Chris, I own nothing G System yet. You know what? I am not a huge fan of G System designs, to be honest. They have some really weird, like exaggerated takes, especially on their larger like 172, 160, and 135th kind of stuff.
I mean, they're a bit bulky in a way.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the G System stuff, but some of their stuff looks fantastic. Like Camphor, awesome. Mm-hmm. That looks amazing. I'm not going to spend $700 on that though.
I shamelessly have a couple of their kits, but I won't talk out loud about that. So,
which ones?
So I got the 1/72nd scale high new that uses the PG strike frame.
Ooh.
Yep. Got the Kshatriya.
That I almost went that route if I didn't find the Elin for the price that I found it for.
That's also true. And I also got a Sinanju. Not happy about. Well, I'm actually very happy about that one because that was a gift.
Oh, someone gave you a the 172 scale one?
Yep. My buddy Steve, back in Washington State, he gave me his old one because he bought the newer one with a plastic frame and a Zuka. So
okay.
So it was a hand me down.
What does the one that you have use as the frame?
So it uses a resin frame, and it's still the same design as the plastic frame one, but the way it's put together is it's wonky because it has like a spring-loaded ratcheting system, which is complete garbage.
Yeah, you're gonna wear out that resin very quickly.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna buy the frame separately on Taobao, which is
still pretty expensive too.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately,
I was surprised because I was thinking, oh yeah, I could do that. What is it, like $200 or $100?
Two.
Yeah, that's for a plastic and a frame. But they know
the headache.
They got us by the balls when it comes to that. So it looks a lot. The Yagadoga looks a lot better here.
As a bust.
Yes. Or at least the way the head's sitting on the torso. I think it looks a lot better there.
All
right. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever really go the G System route. Like the only one that I see that I really want is the Camphor. I think that one looks fantastic.
I mean, it's nice overall.
Yeah. I like that one.
Let's see. Stop sharing the screen. There you go.
All right.
Probably move over to the next segment.
Yes. New releases.
Let's see what we got here. So on this Saturday, right, over at Gundam Base, they're releasing another Unicorn Gundam, which everybody's excited about.
Woohoo.
I know, right? So this one it was supposed to release last summer in support of the Gundam Docks Fukuoka. So over at the Gundam Base on the southern end of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
and because of COVID, they were unable to do the event at all or
Yeah.
safely. So this Saturday they will actually be releasing this guy, the watermelon unicorn.
I'll be the first person to admit, like, these will never be marketed towards me. I
Nah,
just,
they won't.
yeah, like I would buy this if this was the only one that they had, and the regular version wasn't available, and then I would paint it the regular colors.
That you're just committing sin at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That's just no. But I'm also not a collector, so
Yeah, this one's, I guess, more or less aimed at collectors, and since it'll be exclusive to, I believe, just the Fukuoka Gundam base, so it'll be a great addition to somebody's collection somewhere out there in the world.
I'm sure. I mean, it does look pretty cool, but not my favorite color choice.
Sure, it's summer colors for you.
That's true. What's that gonna run?
It's actually retail for about 3,700 yen.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
And is this
this
the
is for an
eighth?
high grade.
Oof. Yeah, you know how I feel about 144 scale.
I know, but they do have what you call it. Let me pull it up. They also got the SD version as well. Pull that.
Oh, in the same color scheme?
Yep, same color scheme.
Very nice.
I mean,
that kind of looks
it's
cool.
$20 though.
I think that kind of looks cool. The SD version has a full transformation, or is it part swapping?
Maybe parts swap. No, it can't transform.
Okay.
There's no way. Yeah, because it's the BB line, so I don't think it transforms.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think Aaron's right. It'll probably be my backlog somewhere, but
I'm sure.
I'll just hold on to it for now.
I am sure. What else we got coming up? That unicorn head?
Yeah,
Transforming unicorn, but I'm sure you already have it pre-ordered.
Maybe.
Yeah, of course.
Well, there's two of them actually. So there was the model, well, sort of model kit bust, and there was a Gashapon version as well.
And the Gashapon version is much more expensive, I'm assuming.
Actually, it's cheaper.
Really?
It's like it's a full on. It comes complete out of the box, but the unicorn bust one with like lights and sounds
is the one you built,
and auto transforms too.
Interesting. Yeah, it's too rich for my blood for not having arms and legs.
I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I will. We'll be fine. I'm trying to think what else is in the works. There's a mystery master grade coming out in August, I believe, or something like that, or September.
Yeah, I saw people post a listing from
Amazon.
I think it's Amazon. I think Yodobashi or one of the Japanese retailers.
Yeah, but it was only 40. It looked like it was like 4,900 yen.
It was
something like that.
Relatively cheap.
Yeah, so I don't expect it to be the master grade cassette that I was hoping for.
No, that's probably gonna be like $100 at least.
Oh man, I will throw money at that.
I think you just trash your Mechanicore one.
Nah, I mean, I'm still gonna whatever Bandai releases isn't gonna be anything like the Mechanicore one. I just hope that if Bandai releases a cassette that they go with the Katoki design.
That would actually work out a lot.
Yeah, and hopefully it's the Verka that we get. But I'm not a fan of the original novel design. It looks very alien-like. The one with the the HG that just came out or coming out this weekend. I want to say.
Yeah, it does come out this weekend.
I don't know. I actually think the Penelope looks pretty cool, but the Cassie looks very alien-like. And then the mechanical one looks so fantastic. It's such a cool kit.
I mean, it has a lot of great features, LEDs, detail.
Yeah, absolutely. And soon it will have very expensive decals. Once I get them.
Yes. Decals cost more than the kit itself.
No, they didn't. No, thankfully. I did get my second Cassie for $150. So.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
And it was the second pre-order edition. So I paid less for the rarer one than I did for the normal release. I think I paid about like $250 for this one right here. On eBay too. But I honestly, that's going to be probably cheaper than what I would have paid to import it anyway. So
that's true because you got to think about shipping and all that.
Yep, exactly. What else is coming out? You want to talk about some third-party stuff?
Let's see. When did we cover a little bit of it with the Yag Doga that's coming out by Stickler Studios?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, nothing else really stood out. I mean, I would have to do some more catching up and digging for the next stream.
Yeah, let's do it for the next one. Oh, I did hear they're making a third-party MGX Unicorn LED system.
That would be pretty cool. I'll end up nabbing that one.
It's going to be, I believe it's going to be different colors, which would be great. Good for custom stuff. I'm surprised there has been like no third-party accessories or add-ons or anything for that yet.
I mean, they probably needed a little bit of time to deconstruct everything.
That's true.
And copy it.
That's true. I'm almost positive a complete inner frame is going to be coming out too. almost positive.
I mean that won't be surprising at all.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about what grinds our nippers.
Ooh, my favorite.
Yeah. I'll let you take the lead on this one.
So one thing that I've noticed, right, is that everyone and their mom is opening up a home Gunpla store.
Yep.
Like they'll buy people's backlogs, buy single kits, and then flip them to resell later on.
Man, I'm telling you, the secondary market for Gunpla right now is absolutely garbage. It is trash. And I'm not talking about people that actually run shops and they get shipments and things like that. I'm talking about the people that, for whatever reason, always have something to sell on Gunpla Garage Sale, and they're asking absolutely ridiculous prices for just normal stuff. I just it's wild, and like even with third party stuff, you know what I think, it's like people caught like the Pokemon card bug, and like they think that
I heard about that one.
Yeah, and like Pokemon cards are like selling for crazy now, because they're older and they're hard to find, yada yada yada. But like, some of this stuff just doesn't make sense. I saw someone list a Dragon Momoko Akutsuki the other day for $200 shit, and you're like, get $200 ship, like they were doing you a favor. What?
Hey man, it's a free shipping.
That is not like, and I'm like struggling between like value and like what something is worth. That kit is not worth $200. there is not enough kit. There's not enough plastic. It wasn't that good of a kit to begin with, right? Like
Yeah.
$200? Are you kidding me? And Dragon Momoko is reprinting kits right now. So, like,
They
you know,
are.
like, why? Like, what would make you, and people are gonna do a quick. They'll do a quick Google search. They'll do a quick Google or an eBay search or whatever, and they'll see what the first listing on there is. And I'm like, what? This makes no sense. Like to
I
the
mean,
point.
even the Bandai one, like Ricardo said, is that sell for $250. This is just for the 1/100 no grade version.
Didn't that recently get reprinted as well, or is that getting a recent reprint, or getting a?
I just picked one up the other day from Gundam Base.
I just don't get it. Like it. And to the point, we talked about this the other day, to the point where some people are starting to like turn off comments on their sale posts because they know they are out of pocket for the prices that they're asking. Like, what do you do? Somebody was selling an RG Suzabi for $90.
That's wild.
Like, what? Man, and it's funny because some people they're not even moving product because of the prices that they're asking. So you'll see some stuff get relisted over and over and over and over and over again, and it's just like, man, I don't know. And maybe I'm being harsh because the only reason why I would buy something off of like the secondary market like that is because it's a good deal, right? I'm not going to go when I could just go to Mandarake, and granted it would take 4 or 5 months to get here now because they're not, they haven't resumed regular shipping, but like that's like, it's like twofold, right? Like I'll get whatever the Japanese market price is, and I get to pay for the cheapest shipping option that they offer. Right. So whatever, if it takes 4 months. But yeah, it's just been wild. It's wild.
Some people like buying from other builders too, to kind of help support them in a way.
I get that. I do.
Yeah.
I do. But like if you're buying from another builder, you're not wholesaling, right? Like,
no, you're not.
Like you got to understand what, and granted, you can ask whatever you want, right? But like, if I see something particularly egregious, I'm gonna say something, right? People are gonna say something, So it's crazy. Oh man, is it really?
It's because they can't use Japan Post because they're still restricting items to the US, but there's like FedEx and DHL, which can get pricey.
Oh, they're not offering the sea shipping.
You probably have to check up with the store, but
because I know Bonsai, they back before all of this closed down, I know they offered it as an option. I never went with that option, but and the reason why I never went with that option was because even with the expensive Japan Post or the more expensive Japan Post, it was still a better price than what like the American market was for most stuff. So that's wild. That is, I don't get where people get their pricing from. And sometimes people get away with it and they're able to sell something for an egregious price, but
I mean, they probably just want to at least break even or make some money, but there comes to a point where it's just not smart.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, and I guess I'm different because I don't. Whenever I need to sell something, I'm selling it to move, not to, you know what I mean? Like I'm selling it because I don't want it anymore. I'm not selling it because I'm trying to make a profit or whatever. But it's just it was $90 for an Archie Sasabi. Like what was going on? And I'll tell you, like you'll even you'll even see it for like painted stuff too. And you know, I'm not going to criticize anybody's work, right? Like that's not what everybody does what they can do. I'm not gonna criticize somebody's work, but like again, know the market, right? Like even if my first painted build was that Sinanju Stein narrative. It was pretty good, right? It was pretty good. It took me a long time to do, right? But like I wouldn't sell it for $300 because it's not worth $300, right? Like it
could be depending on the buyer.
It could. I'll say this: I wouldn't pay $300 for it. If I were to sell it, I would probably list it for like 100, or not 100, but maybe like $150. I feel like that's comfortable for my skill level, for what I put into it. That is worth it, right? But like, you got to understand that what something is worth. Not about how much time you put into it, right? Like especially if the final product isn't like a masterpiece, right?
Be done a bit.
I've had people on the flip side. I've had people ask me if I would do a commission for them, and I'm like, no, I won't, because it's going to take me so long, and I would have to, especially for my workflow, it's going to require so much effort that it wouldn't be worth what I would charge. Right. And that's it's not even worth, like, I'm not even talking about the finished product. Right. Like, it's one thing if you're talking about a commission, but like I saw, and we, which one I'm talking about too, but like there's this painted build that it didn't have any panel lining. It didn't have no decals except for on the weapon.
Yeah.
And it was painted, it was top coated, and it was finished, right? Which means that you couldn't even finish it yourself if you were to buy it. And he wanted some, like, he was selling it with another kit, but he wanted something like $300 for both of those kits. And the one kit that did have panel lining on it wasn't even like properly cleaned, so you could see where he put the Tamiya accent liner on the part.
I mean, what doesn't help is that he didn't take good pictures, so
no, he didn't.
Maybe it couldn't do the kit justice, but we don't know.
There were no panel lines. There's no panel lines, and there was no attempt for color separation. So no, not. I can objectively say without looking at more pictures that it was not worth that money.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that kind of grinds. That's I'm with you. I feel the same way. I've been feeling that way. Not to hate on anybody or anything like that, but that's just
people have an idea.
Yeah,
don't worry.
It's weird out there. It is really weird out there. But all right. I mean, I think it gives us what, we're almost at an hour and a half. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good for a first stream in 6 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if there's any. Is there anything else you wanna rattle off before we head out?
No, I don't think so. I gotta get ready to go to my company picnic, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I am gonna eat dinner because my wife made it an hour ago, and I forgot to tell her I had to stream. So
you forgot.
Yeah, I'm already in trouble. So.
Oh.
But we'll think of. I don't know when our next stream is gonna be, but let's probably make it
be next week.
Next week. So May's gonna be busy for me. Like really busy. But we'll figure it out. I'm actually okay with these weeknight streams, actually, more so than the weekend stuff, because that's when I'll be busy. so. I don't know how your morning, or maybe I'll do a morning one day. Right, I can go to work a little bit late. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah,
I guess we'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But all right, guys. That's it for me. I don't think I have anything else.
Nope.
So we'll keep you guys posted on when the next stream is, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Yep. Thanks for joining, even though it was last minute.
It was last minute, and
Yep.
we still got a pretty good turnout, so I'm happy.
Yeah, we did.
You know, if there's anything you guys want to hear about in the next stream, you know, feel free. We're, you know, you know what our socials are.
Yeah, you can find us.
Yeah. So let us know, and you know, we'll develop a script for the next one, or a game plan, I should say.
Timeline. Yep.
Yep. There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you.